God connects seasons and times with instructions. And kairos moments, God will always push you to connect with kairos moments. And sometimes you may not understand why God can come to you and tell you, give me this thing or do this thing. That conflicts with your convenience and your comfort, because he wants to push you to meet a particular season. When they were bringing the ark of God from Obed's house, when they took 6 steps, David offered sacrifices. David was a prophet. He knew how to take advantage of the atmosphere. You must know that if God is the one that is knocking your door to do something, and that thing is even a sacrifice, it's because it is time for you to change levels. And you can only change levels when you obey divine instruction. It said, go to the brook called Cherith. There's famine in the land. But you go to Cherith. I've commanded the ravens there to feed you. And Elijah went to the brook Cherith, and ravens came to feed him morning, evening. Then the brook Cherith was about to be dry. Another instruction came. Go to Zarephath, for I've commanded the widow there to sustain you. You can die at Cherith because you don't want to listen to divine instruction. You can die of hunger and thirst at Cherith. Meanwhile, your provision is in Zarephath, in the pocket of a poor widow. Look, and if Elijah is very wise and very, very commonsensical, he will not go. Because how can a widow sustain me for 3.5 years? But he was foolish enough to understand that when God instructs, instructions open new levels. Don't joke with divine instructions. God, you see, for you to move from one level to the other, God will come with instructions. He will instruct you. The same way God got you born again, he can come to you and instruct you. But sometimes when God instructs us, you see, sometimes we brother one aside. When God instructs you. That's why divine instruction is what will deliver us from. These are safety nets. There was famine in the whole land, but Elijah was being fed morning, afternoon, evening by who? A poor widow. How? And you know what Elijah did to the widow? Elijah simply connected the widow's heart to God by letting her understand the principle of the fat. First things. He said, I have nothing to eat. I'm just gathering firewood to go and prepare food for my son and I so that we eat and then we die. Then Elijah said, yes, go out and do as you have said. But first, make a little cake from it. From the flour that you say, that's all you have. That's all you have left. He said, but first, make a little cake for me. Out of what? Oh, you don't know. It's go to First Kings 17. It's there. It's there. 1 Kings 17, verse 11 to 14. And as she was going to get it, he called her and said, go to verse 10, so that you can. So he arose and went to Zarephath. And when he came to the gate of the city, indeed, a widow was there gathering sticks. And he called to her and said, please, bring me a little water in a cup that I may drink. That was very easy, water. So she was running to go and get it. You know how we sometimes are in a hurry to do what is convenient for us. But God will let you do what is inconvenient to you sometimes. As she was going to get it, he called to her and said, please bring me a morsel of bread in your hand. Like, as the Lord your God lives, I do not have bread, only a handful of flour in a bin, a little jar of oil in a jar. And see, I'm gathering a couple of sticks that I may go in and prepare it for myself and eat, and my son, that we may eat it and die. Deadline. See how God provides lifeline to deadlines. And Elijah said to her, do not fear. Go and do as you have said. But make me a small cake from it first and bring it to me. And afterward, make some for yourself and your son. Then the word came. For the Lord says, the bin of flour shall not be used up, nor shall the jar of oil run dry, until the day the Lord sends rain on the earth. Look at that. He said, yes, go and prepare and eat and die. But first, from the little flour that you have, first, make a little cake for me to eat. First. So he connected the widow's heart to God, to the principle of first things, and that created an endless supply. Because that's how you create endless supply. That's how you connect to brooks that will never run dry. When you put God first, to those who have been eating tithe. Eating your tithe and refusing to give when God instructs you. You know what you're doing? You are ending the cycle of life as far as your finances are concerned. Because everything about your life has a cycle. Your finance has a cycle, your marriage, your whatever, everything has a cycle. There's a way you break the cycle, there's a way you end a cycle. Even a Greek will tell you that the day you eat your seed, you have ended the cycle. Because you plant your seed, then you get food to eat and seed to plant again. Then you plant the seed, you get food to eat and seed to plant again. The day you eat the food and the seed, the cycle comes to an end. Listen, the whole world lies in the embrace of mammon, but God gives us safety nets. And those safety nets, some of them come as instructions to put God first.